Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. I am so incredibly thrilled you're joining us today because we're doing something a little bit different and honestly super practical. We are doing a direct, science-backed consultation for a viewer named Elton. So Elton reached out to us with a major kitchen dilemma, and it's one that, frankly, a lot of us who try to maintain a healthy plant-based diet can totally relate to. He's putting in the work to eat well, but the actual preparation is just completely taking over his life. So we took his questions, dove deep into the research, and put together this exact breakdown to give him the definitive answers he needs.
Check out this message we got from Elton. He wrote to us saying, "Today I use a mixture of 3 pounds of red lentils and 1 pound of black lentils and a bunch of spices. But it is a lot of work. They have to be soaked in water with vinegar. The black lentils and the red lentils both have different soak times and different cook times. And then after the cook, you have to mix them together. It seems like it ends up taking me almost half a day to do." Whew! Elton, man, I am literally exhausted just reading that. First off, preparing 4 pounds of lentils from scratch, that is a monumental meal prep marathon. It's an incredible commitment to your health, for sure, but losing half your day to boiling water and setting soaking timers, yeah, that's just not sustainable.
But luckily, Elton tossed us a lifeline. He mentioned, "I've just discovered sprouted lentils," and along with that discovery, he brought us a whole list of rapid-fire questions.
And here's the exact solution Elton found, the True Roots Sprouted Organic Lentil Blend. What's neat about this is it handily includes sprouted green, red, and black lentils all mixed together in one bag. Now, Elton's questions are fantastic. He wants to know if they're actually healthier, if he can really follow the instructions to skip the soak and just cook for 10 minutes, whether he even needs to rinse them, how to adapt the cook time for his favorite toast bread, and how they might affect his digestion. Elton astutely points out, "Are the sprouted lentils likely to give me more or less gas, keeping in mind today I have no green lentils in the mix, and this will add them?"
To answer this, we have to look at the exact biological culprit behind legume-induced flatulence: oligosaccharides. These are complex carbohydrates found in beans and lentils. And the big problem here is that the human body completely lacks the enzyme required to digest these complex sugars. Because we can't break them down, they travel whole right into our large intestine, where our gut bacteria throw a party and start fermenting them. And that fermentation process, that's exactly what produces the gas and bloating.
So the crucial point is understanding what the sprouting process actually does to those oligosaccharides. When a lentil seed wakes up and begins to sprout into a plant, it needs energy, right? And what does it use for fuel? It literally eats its own complex sugars. It burns through those oligosaccharides as energy to grow the little sprout. So by the time these lentils are dehydrated, packaged, and sitting in your pantry, those gas-producing sugars have already been significantly diminished.
So what does this all mean for you, Elton? It means you are highly likely to experience less gas with this sprouted blend. The fact that they have been sprouted means the digestion-heavy lifting has already been done for you. The seed digested the problematic sugars itself, so your gut doesn't have to struggle with them.
Moving right along to the practical stuff. Elton asks, "Can I really follow the instructions? No soak and cook for 10 minutes. Do I even need to rinse them?" Now, considering Elton has spent years literally tethered to a mixing bowl full of vinegar water, it makes total sense that he's a bit skeptical of a process that claims to be this effortless.
Well, Elton, my friend, you can absolutely 100% skip the soak. No joke. The extensive sprouting process, followed by the dehydration needed to get them onto a grocery store shelf, essentially does all the heavy lifting for you. It naturally pre-breaks down those tough outer seed coatings. Your old method of soaking in vinegar was basically a manual, super time-consuming attempt to achieve exactly what the sprouting process has already accomplished before you even rip open the bag.
And as for your question about rinsing, if you look closely at the packaging, there is an explicit little icon sitting right there in the top left corner that says, "Pre-rinsed, saves time." Because the commercial sprouting process requires repeated, thorough rinsing just to induce germination, they are already completely cleaned. You can literally pour these straight from the bag into your cooking pot. No soaking, no rinsing, and absolutely no more lost Saturday afternoons.
Now, Elton noted a very specific culinary preference, which I love. He says, "I probably cook them longer because I like my lentils very soft, so I can spread them on toast." The package actually advertises a lightning-fast 5-minute simmer, though you mentioned a 10-minute cook time. Either way, those quick times are designed for a firm, al dente texture. You know, the kind that's perfect for tossing into a crisp salad. But if you want that rich, soft, spreadable consistency for your toast, Elton, you just adapt it slightly. Ignore the quick cook rule. Just add a bit more water than the package calls for and let them simmer for about 15 to 25 minutes until they break down to exactly how you like them.
And this brilliantly illustrates why this specific blend is basically going to be a game changer for your lentil toast. Because this bag contains a mix of sprouted red, black, and green lentils. They're going to interact beautifully in the pot. Those sprouted red lentils, they break down and turn to mush very quickly. So they'll act as this thick, creamy binder, while the slightly sturdier black and green lentils soften up and provide this wonderful texture. I'm telling you, it's going to spread like an absolute dream.
And finally, Elton's most important question. As he asked, are they healthier?
Well, the answer is a resounding yes. They are generally considered much more nutritious, and the reason why all comes down to a specific evolutionary defense mechanism hidden inside the seed itself.
To really understand why sprouted is better, we gotta talk about a compound called phytic acid. Seeds and legumes naturally contain this stuff, and it's often referred to as an anti-nutrient. Basically, phytic acid acts like a chemical lock. It binds tight to essential minerals like iron, calcium, and zinc inside the lentil. So, when you eat normal, unsprouted lentils, that phytic acid prevents your body from actually absorbing those incredible nutrients. They just kind of pass right through your digestive tract unused.
But here is where the absolute magic of sprouting, or germination, comes in. Studies show that the very process of sprouting a legume can reduce its phytic acid content by up to an astonishing 81%.
This means your body can actually absorb and utilize all those nutrients listed on the back of the bag way more efficiently than if you were eating your old unsprouted blend. Let's move to and see how this builds to a pretty profound conclusion that Elton himself wrote to us. Summarizing his own findings, he noted, "We have seen that sprouted tofu is healthier than tofu, that broccoli sprouts are 10 times healthier than broccoli, which is one of the healthiest vegetables, and now sprouted lentils." It's an incredible observation, isn't it? It really highlights this broader health trend we're seeing across the board regarding the biological benefits of germination.
Which brings us to Elton's exact parting thought. He wrote, "It kind of makes you wonder what other foods should be sprouted." And honestly, that is the absolute perfect question to leave you all with today. The science of unlocking bioavailability and aiding digestion through a simple natural germination process is just fascinating. It really does make you look at the entire seed and grain aisle differently, doesn't it? Thank you so much, Elton, for the fantastic questions, and thank you all for hanging out with me for this explainer. Until next time, keep asking those great questions and keep looking at the science.